Okay, thank you for the session and for also having me on again. It's indeed a pleasure to be here. May Allah also guide our thoughts and our speeches. So this is a sort of one of those topics that you can't really put a finger on because it means different things to different people. So I would go back to where it all started, how you saw yourself, what you saw in the person you wanted to marry, and then what made you take that bold step in the first place. This will give you an indication if certain things have changed. Of course, there are noticeable differences, and as Mrs. Olombwonnu said, there are certain peculiarities within the space of Islam where we're speaking about marriage. So why do we marry? What is the whole essence of getting married? This again means different things to different people. I guess there are certain things that are relatively noticeable when there's been a shift in what you entered the marriage with and what you are stuck with now. And I use the word stuck because you've stepped into it anyway. So what are those things that you saw before that you don't see anymore? During the getting familiar with each other's stage, where with little or no inside knowledge, really, you have a situation where you are just winging it, really. So I asked a question, two questions, really, that helps us put this into perspective. Why marry? You know, why do you want to get married? Again, I'm taking it back to the beginning, really. And then why marry this person? Why is this person the one for you? If you decided on that, obviously there are certain things this person has done that you've seen, either your affection towards the person, your connection, you have a certain connection that you just felt that this is the right person. There must be an attraction, obviously, and then we go into the marriage. So the first noticeable thing is the shift in those two things I've mentioned. As the affection lessened, as the attraction lessened, what has been the cause between both of you? What has happened that those things have changed? Your heart used to skip a bit. Why is it not like that anymore? You know this old saying that familiarity breeds contempt, right? So is it because you are now so aware and so familiar with the person that then certain things just come to the fore that you just can't push away? Brings me to the issue of also, what are those things that you're looking for in a person that you found in this person? And then what are those things that you can't stand, right? Taking that step means that obviously there's something that you feel. And again, this is not the same for everybody. It doesn't work that way for everybody. For some people, they treat marriage as an obligation, and therefore, this is what Rasul Sallam and Allah enjoined us to do, and therefore I am doing it. It's later that they find out that may not necessarily be enough to hold yourself. You need some kind of leaning. You need some kind of compassion towards this person. So has it changed? Do you find that you're constantly arguing about very silly things? Do you find that you suddenly have divergent views on certain things that are really, really far away from what you started with? One of the things that changes immediately is, okay, the sweet nothings, the taking out and all of that, some of those things reduce when you get married. That is somewhat normal. It's not something to worry about. But when practically certain things that used to be fundamental to both of you are suddenly begin to change, then you know there's some need for caution or some need for more focus, more mindfulness in the things that you're doing. You used to go out before, but suddenly you don't go out. And it's not like there's any issue of the kids haven't come yet, but you suddenly feel that you just don't want to be around this person. Why? Are there certain habits they've picked up that suddenly just repels you? Why not talk about it? But if you find that as you are talking about it, it tends to lead to argument. Then you will see that there are certain things that are fundamentally changed that both of you need to address. And I think for me, yes, it may be a bit theoretical, but really these are the things that you look at that you take caution and then hopefully work on it, and inshallah it gets better. So that's my take on that. Maybe later will lead into, again, love is a concept that is, you can stretch it. It can mean compassion, it can mean safety, it can mean, because love is different. Love you have for your mom or your brother or your sibling is different from the love you have for your wife. Should be different. And within that space also, you would find some level of spark, passion, yeah, that you should feel towards this person. This person makes your day, so to say. This person is somebody you can talk to easily, or at least easy to talk to. If they are not anymore, then that's a sign of caution that you need to take care of. Wallahu alam. As we go along, I think we'll delve into the love languages so that we can understand this concept better.
When you think, because I mean, we have to navigate this as Muslims, not forgetting as well that, when the real world, of, the internet, the social media, and this description of love, these days has been guided by what we see in movies, what we read in novels, what we hear other people, say, about love. And we have also been misguided, perhaps by the negative things we see, right? So at the end of the day, when people say, well, I'm falling out of love, it is a thing to be taken with, in a lot of weights, because you have to put all of these things together. You, for instance, at your age, if you're to describe what love really is, to me, it would be a concept which you have read, a concept which you have dreamed of through the things you have read and watched, and then everything, put together. Remember that all the things you've read and watched on TV, they aren't actually real, right? They're all make-believes. Now these make-believes, yes. Now these make-believes are the things that now guide what you call love. And then if you're not careful, they're going to guide you into thinking that you're falling out of love. Because persistently, remember, you're still watching these things. Remember also we said, they're not real, right? They're the fiction of certain people's imagination of how love should be, right? And let's now go to Rasulullah Sallallahu Rasulullah taught us how to love, through the way he loved his wives, and from there we know that, okay, fine, they didn't read, to show love. They didn't have to watch anything. It was something that came naturally, right? Touching, even kissing, public display of PDA was something that, yes, was something Rasulullah Sallallahu was not shy, to do. Unlike men now, they're shy to hold their wives' hands, shy to give them a kiss. We're not saying passionate kiss outside where you romance yourselves, but that show of love, right, is something that we can completely emulate from Rasulullah Sallallahu. Even though we cannot see the depth of it, we didn't see him, but we have read it, and we should actually be very careful when we talk about falling out of love, because it could be based on fiction. Thank you.